Nurses, what is the most unbelievable thing a patient said right before going into surgery? I am a nurse from last 10 years, and I have seen things that would make most people quit on their first day. But nothing could have prepared me for the patient who came last year. He was in his late 50s and scheduled for routine open heart surgery. There was nothing special about his file that stood out, but the moment I walked into his prep room, I felt something different about him. Most patients, when they are about to go into open heart surgery, are terrified, like it might be the last time. And trust me, sometimes it is. But this man was just sitting there, calm and still, with this little smile on his face. I asked him if he was okay and needed anything. He just looked at me and said, "I have done this before." And I laughed a little because I thought he meant he had surgery before. But that is not what he meant at all. Right before we wheeled him into the operating room, he reached out and grabbed the surgeon by the arm, and the whole team just stopped moving. And he looked the surgeon dead in the eyes with that same calm smile and said, "I already died once, so do not worry too much about messing up." And the entire room went completely silent. I looked at my colleague and she looked at me, and nobody said a single word. And if you are still watching, hit that subscribe button right now because you are exactly the kind of person who needs to hear the rest of this. The surgery went perfectly fine. He was in recovery by afternoon, and when I finally got a moment to sit with him, I had to ask him what he meant. And he told me that 3 years earlier, he had a massive cardiac event at home alone, and he flatlined for 5 whole minutes before the paramedics brought him back. He said in those 5 minutes he saw something. He went somewhere, and when he came back, he was never afraid of anything ever again. And then he looked at me and said, "The hardest part was not dying, it was coming back." And I did not know what to say to that. I just sat there holding his chart, feeling like everything I thought I knew about life and death had just been rearranged inside my head. He was discharged few days later. He walked out of that hospital waving and smiling like he had just been in for a routine checkup. And I stood at the nurse's station watching him go, thinking, that man has seen something the rest of us have not. And whatever it was, it changed him completely. And I think about him every single time I walk into that prep room, and I see someone lying there about to go into open heart surgery.